Welcome everybody to another Villarreal episode here in Football Manager 22. Today is a massive one for how early are we on in this save. Not only are we facing off against Shakhtar in the Champions League in a must-win match. If we don't win, we will not get out of the group stage. It's our final group stage match as well. On top of that, we've also got a league match against a team who are only 2 points above us, right near the top of the table in Valencia. We've got a lot to get into. It's probably going to be a longer episode, so kick back, get yourself a drink and enjoy what's about to come. Hopefully we can get some wins. Hello everybody, Jake here. Welcome to the video, welcome to the channel if you're new. Thank you very much for coming back to another Villarreal episode. I'm assuming you're coming back. Who is starting on part 4 of a series? If you are, you're crazy. Go back, start from the beginning. But as I mentioned in the intro, we've got a lot to get into today. 2 massive games that can define not just how this season goes, but potentially how this series goes, I suppose. Because if we fail here today and don't make the Champions League knockouts, it does set us back a long way in our goal of eventually winning the Champions League. That financial difference is going to be a massive key to how quickly we can achieve this goal. In terms of the save, things have been going very well, considerably better than how I thought they would in the last episode where we didn't look too good. Things have changed. I've got a lot to get into before the game, but also the videos have done very well. I want to point that out. You guys have supported them to the hill and back. I absolutely love it. The videos are doing way better than expected. So if we can keep that up, smashing the like button, anything like that really does help in pushing these videos out to as many people as possible. So if you are watching and you're enjoying, hit that like button. Forget you ever hit it. It would mean a lot to me. It would help a lot in the performance of these episodes. Don't forget to drop a comment if you want to get involved. I always try and respond to every single comment, whether it's about real football, this save, whatever you want. I'll get back to you in the comments down below. And last thing, big thank you for all the subscribers recently. We're getting very close to 8,000. I think we'll be there within the next month or so. And then before you know it, we'll be chasing that 10,000 goal. And I can't wait. I cannot wait until we hit that target. I'm not a numbers man, but that is going to be very gratifying, very rewarding when we do eventually hit it. So thank you for that. Enough praises, enough thank yous. I don't do them too regularly, don't worry. But back to the video and how we're doing. Well, you last saw us, in a loss against Shakhtar right at the start of the season, and I was complaining that I didn't think things were going to go too well, but if we could win our next few games, it was going to define our season, because we had 5 or 6 very winnable games in a row. If we could win them, we could swing morale around, and win them we did. We won 4 on the bounce, then drew a couple and lost to Dortmund. The loss to Dortmund I don't mind because they're very good. Away from home, it's a tough match. Haaland, players like that are very difficult to deal with. And we did draw 2 games in the league, which I won't be too annoyed at because, that's not that many days after that match. And then, we might have been tired. Players might have been injured. We've got a red card in one of them. I don't care too much. It was long ago. I'll take the points and I'll move on. We then got another bunch of wins in a row, lost to Sociedad 3-2 in a game that was actually pretty entertaining. And then from there, we won another 2 games, drew against Granada, and then we won another 2, including a 2-0 win at Real Madrid. We also beat Betis away from home 4-0 and Barca at home 3-0, which was very, very impressive, of course. And now we face off against Shakhtar and Valencia. If I told you those games at the beginning of this series, you might have thought, they're not interesting. What's the point? Valencia aren't a great team anymore, and Shakhtar, they're not going to do anything right. Well, let's start with the league. We are sitting 4th. However, the 6th to 1st place gap is very small. It's very congested. It's very tight at the top. And other than Barcelona at the top, Valencia have been the best team this year, and facing them away from home, it's going to be very tricky. I'd be surprised if we did win, but I'll take any points from that match. So that is going to be a big one in itself. The battle of the V clubs out in Spain, Villarreal and Valencia. And then the Champions League is arguably even more important. I've mentioned that I think this game could potentially define how this series goes. Obviously, I do think by the end of it, we will win the Champions League at some point, but just in terms of whether that takes 3 seasons, 5 seasons, 10 seasons, this could be a massive determining factor in that. Prague already out, Borussia Dortmund already through. That leaves us and Shakhtar. Dortmund are going to smash Prague last day of the season. They'll be top of the group, and then us and Shakhtar are sitting on 9 points, with Shakhtar beating us in the head-to-heads and goal difference. I don't know how it works in the Champions League, but either way, a draw won't be enough. We have got to win win, and then we can forget about everything else. That's the only thing we can do to go through. We just have to win. Doesn't matter how, we just have to get those 3 points. So that is a pretty big deal. We've also got a lot of interest in our players before we do get in the game. I want to cover a few other things like that. We've got Parejo's got interest in him. Moreno's interested by Arsenal and Tottenham. Parejo's is Newcastle and Aurier's is Barcelona, I believe. I looked at them before the video. We've also got Abora leaving soon. We'll talk about that in the next video, which will likely be the January transfers, where I have many a plan. Now, these 3 players have been very good for us, very happy with them, but at the same time, if we get a good enough offer for some of these players, the ages they're at, the actual quality of player that there is there, we could do better with that money. I can definitely reinvest the money. I'm not going to look to sell any of them, but if the right offer comes in, particularly from those Premier League clubs from Moreno, I'm going to have to consider it. Speaking of Moreno, though, this is the last thing before the video. I criticised him a lot last episode, saying he was a terrible complete forward, not doing very well for us. He's changed my mind for 2 reasons. 1, he's been scoring goals and assisting now and winning big matches, which is awesome. But 2, I realised after that video that I wasn't actually playing him in a complete forward. I said how bad he was in complete forward, but I'd actually switched it very early on in the season to try something else and then forgot I'd switched it. So he was playing advanced forward and it wasn't working. Since we switched him back to complete forward, he had a bad game again. I shouted at him off camera, did the whole interaction thing, had a go at him. Next game he scored 2. From then he has been scoring, assisting and being one of our better players, even if his average match ratings don't say so. And this is pretty much the team that we're going to go with today for our match against Shakhtar. So we've got Pau Torres, Ignacio and Mandy, who has surprised me a lot recently and is, outside of Pau Torres, the best player at the club currently in terms of form. And I'm not just saying that. If I go back here and check this and sort by average match ratings, outside of Alvarez, who's played 1 game, you've got Pau Torres, then Mandy, then Grimaldo, Foyth, Parejo, etc, etc. Yeremy Pino has been out with injuries recently. He's just coming back. I don't want to rush him, even though he's fully fit. We'll use him off the bench if we need to. Chukwueze and Danjuma have been very good for us, but everything else is pretty standard. It's what I'd consider my first 11 outside of a couple of injured players. Grimaldo I'd like to play here, but isn't fully fit. And of course, Pino, when he's in full shape, will be a starter in this team. But I do think we've got enough here to get over the line against Shakhtar. So with that being said, I guess we just get right into it. We've got nothing else to waste time on. We've got 2 videos, so it's arguably going to be a bit of 2 videos, 2 episodes. I can't speak, guys. 2 matches in this video. In this episode. There we go. So it's arguably going to be a longer one than usual. I say arguably, it will be a longer one than usual, unless we just get 2 0-0s with no highlights. But I don't imagine that's going to happen. So here we are in our game against Shakhtar. As mentioned, we need a win. League table will be up there. You can see the players that Shakhtar have got. They dominated us really in that first leg in the first episode. But I think the way we're playing now and the fact that we are so strong at home, I give us a real chance here. We just can't concede an early goal because we struggle to score. But if we were to score and get 1-0 up, we'll either win 4-0 or we'll win 1-0 and Shakhtar won't get a chance. With that kind of team at the minute, we're very much dominant in the matches. But if we are struggling to find the back of the net in a game, it just tends to be for the whole match we can't score, particularly as well if Shakhtar go ahead like I mentioned, then I do not think we'll be able to pull 2 goals back to get the win that we need. We don't want to go down early here, but what we could do is go up early. Very close. We did very well there, creating chances. Matvienko was apparently the man who stopped us down there, but it's a good start. Only 3 minutes in here actually. And we have a corner to follow it in where Pau Torres rises into Trubin's hands. Trubin, of course, a very good young goalkeeper. A few of you in the comments have been saying to sign him. Trust me, I read all of your scouting... Pau Torres, so close. So I read all of your scouting recommendations in the comments. So if you do have a player that you think we should sign, let me know. The January transfer window is coming up. It's not pre-recorded. When this goes out, I'll be just about doing the transfer window. So do let me know if you think we should sign anyone. I've got a big short list of players to sign. But forget about that. How do we not score that? We've had so many chances already. 1.34 XG, a load of possessions. That looked like a free header at the back post that we somehow smashed onto the post. And this is our issue at the minute. Just finding the back of the net in some games we find really hard. And now, this is what I did not want to happen. Manar Solomon, who looks like he's going to be a Fulham player in real life next year, has just gone and bagged into the top corner. We're now 1-0 down from the first shot we've had on goal. And it's just, there's nothing you can do about these kind of things because we keep conceding, an amazing free kick, a wonderful penalty out of nothing. I say a wonderful penalty. Let's switch those around. A wonderful free kick and a random penalty out of nothing or a long shot like that. That is genuinely Shakhtar's first shot. 0.06 XG. They've done nothing. But now that we've gone behind, we very much struggle in most games to get more than 2 goals unless we're dominant right from the start. So unless we score now, this isn't going to be a fun game to watch. We're going to be on the edge of our seat waiting. Like I said, I don't think, well, it's not. A draw will not be enough for us to go through here. Yes, we drop into the Europa League, but Villarreal won that last year. I don't want to be a Europa League team. I want to be a Champions League team, even though the Europa League, I'm sure we'd probably get further in. I don't care. I just want to progress through the Champions League, get the financial rewards from that, and build the club up as soon as possible. And we are moving the ball forward nicely. 30 minutes in here. I mean, after about 15 minutes, we stopped having any highlights, but Serge Aurier has got a chance, crosses it in. Danjuma meets it. It's a brilliant cross and an even better header. A brilliant run from Danjuma, connects to it, and you just watch that ball go in like a bullet. The Villarreal fans are going crazy in the stadium. That's 1-1. Very good from us there. Let me change the behind the goal. Should we do that? Behind the goal for the... How do you do it? For the replay camera, here we go. Behind the goal. We'll do that from now on. But that was a bullet header right into the corner. Very happy with that. That's 1-0. 1-1. I wish it was 1-0. It is 1-1. And our team is playing way better than Shakhtar's. Possession all over them. Chances, XG all over them. This is... I wouldn't mind going in half-time at 1-1. But I'd much rather take 2-1 if we're going to score now. But I'd take a 1-1. Because I know that in the second half we're going to create chances the way that we're playing. It's just whether we put them in the back of the net is the question. Here's Moreno. Nice interplay between the players up top. Oh, Danjuma, he took a touch and I thought he could have shot earlier. And then he hesitated for a second, or at least the animation did. And then it was an easy save for the goalkeeper. But I've just spotted something very, very interesting. Borussia Dortmund are losing 1-0 to Slavia Prague. Now, Dortmund already had the queue on them, so they're qualifying no matter what. However, if we were somehow to win here and Prague were to beat Dortmund and it stays as is, we could top the group. But then so could Shakhtar today. So could Dortmund. Anyone could. It's really up and open in the air. This is not good for us though, because I say not good. We're playing very well, but what's not good is how much panic they're giving me, because we're 60 minutes in and this is not a good situation to be in. Because despite our dominance, I can't just bank on the fact that we'll probably get a chance at some point. You know what? Let's get Kerpu on in that position there, and then we'll make another sub just for now. Jared Moreno not having the best of games, not having a terrible one, but Boulaye Dia has been a brilliant player for us so far, so I'm going to give him the chance, and Chukwueze also off for Pino. It gives us two other subs to use if possible. Pau Torres I know is tired, but I will not be taking him off if I can help it. Dortmund have just equalised, but still a win would take us top. And we do have a highlight for the first time in what feels like the whole half. I could be wrong, but it feels like that. And it's Solomon again on the edge of the area. We haven't closed him down. It's a deflected shot. Rulli claims it. But that wasn't a dangerous enough shot to be a highlight, which means... Oh, it was apparently. Dortmund have gone 2-1 up. Now I'm worried. Now I am very worried. Are we about to not actually make the Champions League knockouts? If not, we've got a very big job on our hands here at Villarreal. I thought the group we should have got out of, and we haven't done too badly either. It was just that first loss to Shakhtar, and the fact that we've got Prague and everyone's just been beating them and stacking up points. To be on 10 points in a group and be considered a team that might not even get out of the group is very unfortunate. When Foyth there, Pedraza's not having the best of the game. I'll trust Grimaldo, plus he's got set-piece delivery. Right, come on, let's see what we can do. Sorry, I'm just adjusting my mic for a second because I absolutely hit it with my thumb a minute ago, and my thumb is aching. But that is not the thing that's aching the most. My heart is, guys, because we might be going out of the Champions League. What a great analogy that was. Really, I should be a football commentator. Please deal with this. Please deal with this. If we bring the ball down here, this could be a chance for us. If not, I'm expecting it to be a highlight for Shakhtar. But it's a good interception. Oh, no, it wasn't. We should have had that. Pedrino's through. Pedrino shoots it off the post. We hang on. There's not long left. I know it's not actually probably tactically very solid, but I'm just hitting the very attacking button. I'm not a tactics man. But come on, all these chances and we've got one goal. I don't know what to do. We just bomb everyone forward. Why not? It's not going to do us any harm, is it? Get Parejo there. Get Ignacio there. Screw it, guys. Just screw it. Let's just see what happens. If we don't make the Champions League knockouts after all this, I'll be very disappointed. Come on, give us some drama, Football Manager. 3 XG, man. There's a highlight. We don't usually get end-of-game highlights, so is this something? We've got everyone forward, so it's a good chance that it's a Shakhtar highlight to win it, but we have to go for a win. Danjuma goes backwards. The ref's going to blow his whistle. Matvienko, what's happening? Why isn't the ref blowing his whistle yet? Shakhtar have got to cut through. They're just going to walk through the goal now, aren't they? Mudrik's in. Tete, Pedrino. We had to go for it. We had to go for it. Europa League it is for us then. And that sets us back a long distance. We have to make sure we get top 4 this year. I mean, disappointing, and I'm sure we'll be unravelling the effects of that throughout the whole episode, particularly because the club actually wanted us to get into the Champions League knockouts. It was part of my requirements. But I will say this, I will say that we wouldn't have won the Champions League. If we had, it would have been a miracle. We're not expected. We wouldn't have gotten too far. Maybe another round after the knockouts, and then you would have considered us way beyond our depth. So we got to look at it as maybe the Europa League. I'm just trying to take the positives here, but maybe the Europa League gives us a chance to actually win something and get further. But at the same time, I don't know, man. I don't know. I do not know how I feel about that. Obviously, you want the Champions League. I'll take the Europa League as a backup. We just need to make sure we at least get to the semi-finals of that. We'll get Champions League football next year. I feel like the way we're playing, we will qualify at the very minimum. And then we'll come back with a bang. But clearly this squad needs work. And I've just proved to you what I've been seeing off camera. We have been winning off camera. But as I mentioned, it feels like we can dominate games and just not put it in the back of the net. Not for a lack of chances either. We had a lot of chances in that first half. Second half, not so much, but we need to do a lot better going forward. Let's get over to that Valencia game, and it might be a loss as well because it's an away match against a very good team. Hopefully, we can turn it round. Let's skip right to it and get into it. Okay, we're getting very close now to the match. I think we're only about a few seconds away, but I just wanted to note one thing. We're trying to make a very good youth team, and of course, our Villarreal under-19s are dominating in terms of the group that they're in, this Group 7. It's got Valencia in, it's got Atletico, it's got Elche. I don't exactly know how the youth teams work around here. We have won every single game and have scored the exact amount of goals as points, which means we're getting 3 goals a game, which is very impressive from the youngsters. They are very good, and if only we could carry on that winning form. I don't want to sound like a Debbie Downer. I don't want to sound down after that match in the Champions League, because what annoys me is you've seen now us play Shakhtar twice and us lose to Shakhtar twice, 2-1, despite the fact that we've been very good all around that. Yes, there have been a couple of odd games where we drew, but usually we've been a very good team. So I just want you guys to be able to see what I see on a regular basis when I'm doing this save, because we are on our day, you know, like everyone says about Paul Pogba, on his day. With us, with this Villarreal team, on their day, they can be very good. Real Madrid have just beat Atletico 4-1, Eden Hazard scoring, Kroos and Jovic. Barcelona beating Betis 1-0. Now this is the big one, the one that everyone would be watching in Spain if it was real. Let's have a look at the team that we're going to pick. Right. We've got a very easy cup game. I say easy cup game, but you know, when you play like a lower division side coming up, so that's when I'll rotate. So I want to give all of the big players who are available for this match still a game if I can here. Ignacio, why not? He can stay. I know they need rest in Ignacio and Torres, but we'll give it them in the next game when they don't need to play. Grimaldo starts, Rosas starts, that's fine. Parejo and Coquelin, Pino, Danjuma, Moreno. It's about what I would have gone for. Bench is filled with some decent talent, but nothing too special. What I am actually going to do is take off Jared Moreno for Buladia, just because I want to try it. I don't know why I'm doing it. Buladia has been very good for us, as has Moreno. I just want a different dimension. Plus Moreno's probably a bit tired. And we can always bring him on later on to create more. But this Valencia game, I don't think is going to be easy. They're in very good form, performing very well. Much better than Gary Neville did with them over there, I must say. It's a squad that's pretty young, I think. Mariba, Guy is still a very good player, even though he's a bit older now. Guedes is young, Musa's young. Gabriel, Silerson, they're decent players all around. But we'll see how it goes. Like I say, our home form has been so much better than our away form, which is why I felt so confident playing against Shakhtar there. But we'll see how we do. It's an early chance after 20 minutes for Valencia, but other than that, not too much yet. Not too much of a chance either, that really, for Valencia. It was just a header. But we've got the possession. We've had more chances. We've got slightly more XG. Going okay so far. Let's just see what we do. But you can already see the themes of the games that we've been having. If we don't score early, if we do score early, 5-0, 6-0, 4-0, whatever it is, if we don't score early, you spend the whole game thinking, are we even going to have a shot? I mean, we've just watched a whole half there, and all it was a Valencia corner. Makes me feel like if we get in the last few minutes, maybe I'll change to the, not key highlights, like comprehensive, extended, something like that. Yeah, extended highlights. But we'll see. Maybe we'll be a load better in the second half. I don't know. We do have a first highlight where we've actually kicked a football, though, which is nice. Here's Danjuma, plays through Grimaldo. Feels like it's moving too quickly for a goal just now, so I imagine he's going to go backwards. I do know this match engine quite well by now, don't I? Coquelin loses out, but we win it back. Dia, Parejo, this could be a goal. Danjuma hits it wide, coming off of his goal against Shakhtar, which looked like it could have got us back in the game. that. I thought he'd bury that, to be honest. That was a good chance. And his average match rating, as well as everyone in the forward lines really, is not very good. But we'll see. We'll see what happens here. Because 60 minutes in, and just before I go to make my changes, we've got a Valencia highlight that just keeps going with them, getting the ball back every time. We can't seem to nick it back. Rosas across the box. Rulli parries it out, and it's in by Hugo, whoever that says. I can't read it from here. Was it Duarte? Hugo Doro. There you go. I can see him doing a cartwheel up there. But now we're 1-0 down. There's work to do in the January transfer window, and I knew that already. I just wish you guys had been able to see us at our best. And maybe you will still, but I do not feel like we're going to do anything this game, to be perfectly honest with you. Pedraza's played here and there for me, but I'm going to do Trequeze there. Grimaldo's having a shocker, so let's actually get Pedraza on. And then Coquelin, you know what? We're going to try something different. Lo Celso and Trigueros in the central midfield roles. We'll see what they can do. I'm just rolling the dice at the minute. I'm still learning the team and learning the players, but we've got a lot of quality and we're just not showing it in these games. All this possession, not of chances created, and I know it does look like it's a tactical issue, and it very well might be, but we've been really good in other games. I don't have to say it. If you look at our goals scored, it's probably actually very good. And we're defensively quite solid as well. The goals that we've conceded have been stupid. That's a red card. Get him off the pitch. Get him off the pitch. Right, we've got a chance. We've got a hope in these last 5 minutes. The man more. Everyone get forward. Come on. Let's see what happens. Probably nothing. But hey, at least we got some entertainment, right? Oh, maybe not. Rosas to Pino. Pino's got skill. He's got talent. Rosas back to Pino. Back to Rosas across the box. Jared Moreno. Get in. Right, 1-1. We're at least taking a point from this game, which I said at the start I'd take. So at least we're getting one of the games, a decent result at least. I'm not going to stop going very attacking though. I think we've got hope here. I don't know why I skipped that replay. Well done by Jared Moreno. He's got us the goal. Good work before it as well between the two on the right-hand side. Actually, why was Pedraza on the right-hand side? It wasn't Pedraza, it was Rosas, wasn't it? Yes, right, Rosas, and it was Pino who linked up. We'll take a draw. What does that do for the league table? Still keeps us in 4th place, and Barcelona are now pulling away, but it keeps us in this mix. We're still 3 points ahead of anyone in 5th. We've played Real Madrid, we've played Barcelona, we've played Valencia. Let's have a look at our fixtures before we do end this video, see what's coming up before we have our January transfer window. So this, we're winning. We best win this game. Sevilla at home, I backers will win. Bilbao away, I backers will win. Espanyol at home, I backers will win. Elche will win. Atletico Madrid will win. Cadiz, Mallorca will win. And then I'll probably come back for some random Champions League, Europa League game, and you'll see me, oh guys, we've been playing amazing. You'll watch me get beat 10-0 knowing the way these videos have gone so far. We've got to keep the faith. Everything will work. And I think we've got a big January transfer window come up because I've got a lot, and I mean a lot of transfer plans. If it all goes through, if we get the right sales and the right signings, completely different squad, a completely different level in this squad next time round. So keep your eye out for the next episode. Thanks for waiting on this one. Trying to get a bit more regular with it now that I'm back from holiday, but I had a lot of game time to play between now and when we started this video, started the last video, should I say. It was months of Football Manager. Took me a while to do, but we've done it. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to drop a like. Have a great day, everyone, and I'll see you next time. Thank you and goodbye.